is that Fable just got delayed to 2026, and a lot of the internet is saying this game is screwed, this game is dead, this game is fake because
Xbox is dead. They panicking. They don't know what to do, man. Suffer Midnight, Doom Dark Ages, Gears E-Day, Perfect Dark. And we're going to sit there and tell people that Microsoft doesn't know what they're doing. If anything, this game got delayed just so GTA 6 can come out and people will have something to look forward to the next following year, man. I mean, it's getting to this point that Microsoft has so many games that even my backlog has a backlog. I'm out here sounding like Cassidy with my bars. My backlog's got a backlog. Like, what is you talking about, man? Oh, Fable got delayed. It's over. Xbox is dead. They panicking.
it is kind of weird to think about that. Fable is a giant brand. It's one of the original
Really?
RPGs that kind of launched
Panicking, huh?
the OG Xbox. It was great on the Xbox 360, but with this new game, we've seen almost no trailers, no environmental screenshots, no
Oh, that's funny. Because the same thing could be said about Marvel Wolverine in Intergalactic. Oh, let's talk about those games. You know, the one that they didn't show at the State of Play. See? You see what y'all doing, man? Y'all so fixated on what Microsoft's doing, but you're not looking at the fact that Sony, in this same situation, is doing the same thing. Okay, Microsoft delayed it for 2026. That is a smart decision. Microsoft has even stated, hey man, gamers are telling us to calm down on these Game Pass titles. You know, they're dropping so many that they gotta, you gotta delay them, man. Like I've told you guys before, my backlog has a backlog. It was very hard for me to even complete Avowed, but since I enjoyed it so much, I got through the game. That's how you know I really enjoyed my experience because I have so many games that I want to go back and play. I mean, you got Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Legacy of Kain physical copy, The Thing remastered physical copy. You got Tsukiden, whatever that game is. I just got that pre-ordered. There's so many games coming out, man. I'm just saying. Now, some of the old ones I can kind of just bypass because I've already played them already and in favor of the new ones. But, I like my classic gaming. So Microsoft delaying a lot of these titles is perfect for me. You get what I'm saying? You got so many games coming out, and it's going to continue to want to keep people subscribed to the subscription service if you keep padding your games out like that. What is the problem with this delay? At least the game ain't get canceled like the rest of your PlayStation games.
Makers, no combat. We basically have one CG trailer and nothing else.
Oh, yeah, just like Intergalactic.
Now, out of nowhere, a year delay. Let's talk about it because some people are...
Really? Then you guys should be quite aggravated with Metroid Prime 4 then. But weren't you hyped up for that game? I mean, that game has been delayed. I mean, it's finally coming out. It's probably going to drop as a cross-generation Switch 2 game between the Switch 1. And we already know the Switch 2 is going to be the more superior experience of that game. So what are we doing? At the end of the day, this delay makes sense. You got GTA 6. That's another game. You got GTA 6 coming out this year. A lot of people ain't going to be looking forward to no Fable. It is what it is, man. I mean, even companies have stated that they're scared to drop games this year because they think GTA 6 is coming out. That's how much power that game has, that companies are scared to drop out games. And I do think Microsoft is dropping out the Dooms and all that early to give gamers something to play now, right? And then, GTA 6 probably for the holiday season. Because let's be honest, if Doom came out around GTA 6, the game's getting overshadowed. Any game that comes out during GTA 6's reign is getting overshadowed. It is what it is. You got to come with these games now. Because if GTA 6 does come out this year, nobody's was going to be looking forward to no Fable. It is what it is.
Saying this is extremely bad. Some people are trying to blame this on Avowed, and some people are saying this is probably good news. But let's get into it. I hope you're having a great day.
But they panicking. They don't know what they doing. They pulling their hair out of their folies. Microsoft is done. I'm trying to tell you, man, the writing's on the wall. They got too many games that they can't handle them on one platform. They got to be coming to us because every game that gets delayed on Xbox is another year or a few years that it gets delayed for us. Because we picked up the Xbox Series P, where we pay for Xbox games on our PlayStation. We don't get the benefits of Xbox Game Pass. We have to pay for them.
announced games coming to PlayStation, and they said this. Well, I know it's maybe not the news that people want to hear. What I want to assure people is that it's definitely worth the wait. I have unequivocal confidence in the Playground team. So, I have noticed this sentiment a lot. As a sports fan, the vote of confidence worries me more than the delay itself. So, a lot of times in the gaming industry, there are games that get delayed or even canceled pretty much out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, we know because we could sit there and say PlayStation as the perfect candidate, or should I say example, of what a cancellation and a delay game is.
If your game is a huge success or popular, if it's just not fitting whatever internal metrics, it can get canned. I mean, even Microsoft has previously done this with Fable. They had that game, I can't even remember what it's called now, Fable Legends? Didn't they have like a big online multiplayer Fable game that was like 99% done, and they just canned it because they thought it wouldn't be good enough? So,
well, sometimes games don't fit today's market. And that's another thing, too, because back then when companies felt like they had something good, they just dropped and released it. But now they got to look at it like it's more than just saying it's a good game. You don't think these people that check these games say, oh, wow, that's a good game. But how is this game going to make us money? Yeah, you're right. I mean, this Last of Us 2 multiplayer is quite good when they show it to the big bosses and they looking at the gameplay. Yeah, it looks quite good. But is it going to give me that Fortnite money? No, unfortunately, it's just a good game. Well, we don't want it. That's how these big business people that sit behind these tables look at the projects of a lot of these developers. You get what I'm saying? There's so many good games that get canceled due to the fact that it just doesn't fit in today's gaming landscape of market share. It is what it is. That's what y'all don't understand. That's why when y'all say gaming was better back then, because back then, those people weren't really involved. They just kind of let the developers do what they wanted and push out whatever games they want. Now they got to go through these departments and these people with their glasses checking. Yeah, it does look fun, but I don't see it making money like Fortnite, though. Well, there you go. There goes your game being canceled right there. It doesn't even matter if the game's good.
This is weird, but this is the part that I feel like a lot of people are kind of reaching towards, which is saying, after the disaster that was Avowed, I'm sure Fable is getting major rewrites.
It wasn't a disaster, bro. What are you talking about? I heard it was charting on Steam, #1. I'm hearing a lot of people still playing it on Game Pass. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Because I guarantee if the game had a PlayStation 5 label, y'all be sitting there saying it's a success. Go ahead, use the software sales. Why are you using software sales to people that don't have to buy the game? PC gamers and Xbox gamers don't have to buy the game. But that doesn't mean they're not playing it.
I am a fan of Avowed. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a game that does, in my opinion, have very fun combat. I love the colorful world. I love a lot of stuff about it, but it's definitely a AA game pretending to be a AAA game.
Like Astro Bot, and like Stellar Blade. Yeah, I know. Those you talking about those games, right?
15-hour RPG for a $70 price tag. Clearly, not a lot of people are super on board with that, but I feel like anytime Microsoft comes out and says, we promise that we're happy with the sales of a game, that's usually a bad sign. I mean,
what? So if Microsoft says they're happy with the sales of a game, that's bad? But then when you have Square telling you that Rebirth and 16 didn't make no money and Forspoken made no money off PlayStation, that apparently is a good thing. Oh, that is coping, bro. That is coping. It's just like what the guy said, oh, when we put games on PC, it's like getting free money. And y'all want to sit there and cap for that. When we remaster games for PC, it's like double the money. And PlayStation fanboys don't want to talk about that. Let's hear that again.
Like, anytime Microsoft comes out and says, we promise that we're happy with the sales of a game, that's usually a bad sign. I mean,
how is it a bad sign? Huh? What kind of bipolar stuff is this? What are you talking about, bro? You see, it's the problem is the fact that you guys are so unhinged emotionally. You don't even know what you're talking about. Because when Square reports that, hey guys, our game is doing better on PC than it did on PlayStation and Sony, you want to sit there and fight with them. Oh, Square don't know any better. That's what it is, Square. They always expected more than what they're supposed to get. But when it's Xbox telling you that we're happy with the success of this game, oh, it's a tragic story. But if it's Sony, even when it's actually bad, y'all spin it and make it seem like it's a good thing for the gaming community.
They literally said this about Hi-Fi Rush about 60 days before they shut the studio down. So if they're like, we're happy with this, don't believe that. I mean, they'll say that about anything, right? So a lot of people are like, okay, this is probably not good.
So when you guys say you're happy with PlayStation 5, clearly that's a lie too, though, right?
But yeah, Hi-Fi Rush.
I mean, what is it, opposite day? Is this what we're doing? Opposite day? So the people that say the PS5 is doing good, then he must mean that the PS5 is doing bad.
I played this game sober.
Thank you for that logic, Dreamcast. Thank you,
Really after refunded it. Yeah, so I think that right now there is probably a little bit of panic about how good Fable has to be. Some leakers have actually officially on the record saying that this game is super, super over budget. They're spending, a much more than a typical Xbox game because they want this to be their big AAA photorealistic fun game that you can put in movie trailers,
And yet we have a problem with this
kind of thing where it makes casual people want to get Game Pass or buy it on PlayStation. In fact, there's a lot of talks about the fact that they're working on putting this on PlayStation.
Yes, I've been hearing that too.
Because they really need to make that money back.
Not even about they really have to make that money back, but it has a lot to do with the budget. They'll probably do a 6-month ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Same thing what they're doing with Avowed and rest of their games. So what? The best place you're going to be able to play it is on Xbox. Free access right off the gate.
Oh, I do wonder if maybe Avowed, as good as it was, as high as the review scores were, maybe Avowed in some way just did not sell enough, and they were like, look, man.
We keep coming back to the same argument. You guys already know as to why these games don't sell on these platforms. Y'all, why do y'all keep doing this to yourself? If I tell you, that's like saying Netflix is bad because I don't buy any movies. What are you talking about? Netflix is still getting my money every month for me being subscribed to it. Even if I choose to not watch one movie on Netflix and I proceed to keep paying for it, I'm going to be like the dudes from NWA with those people burning their music outside the bus. Well, they still pay for them craps anyway. Exactly. So what are you talking about, bro? We know why there's no software sales being attached to these because you don't have to buy them.
We have to push this back. We need to make sure that we have a longer cycle to hype it, to talk about it, to confirm a release date.
Oh, no, or just maybe we want to delay it so we don't get overshadowed by GTA 6. It's probably that simple.
Sure, it is as perfect as possible, because if this isn't, one of the top award-winning Xbox games, we're going to have to start shut studios down. And if they shut down Playground, they're going to piss off a lot of weeks. I feel like I'm not seeing anybody really talk about South of Midnight, but Expedition 33, which, isn't really a first-party game, but Ninja Gaiden 4 is being partially funded by Xbox.
No, it's not being partially. Microsoft actually owns that game. They actually helped make that game. What are you talking about? They actually own that game. So mind you, I think why they did this is because that Ninja Gaiden 4 will probably always be on Game Pass. So essentially, they helped produce and funded this game. So Ninja Gaiden 4 will probably always be a Game Pass exclusive. You don't see it. Microsoft is already doing the subscription war. This is the war that I was telling you guys about. This is the war about how the Epic Games has Fortnite and how the Steam has Counter-Strike. They're doing it now. Mind you, Ninja Gaiden 4 is not going to have that type of weight. We know that. But I'm saying it's already happening. You get what I'm saying? Because remember, let's not forget when Kingdom Hearts 3 dropped on PC and it was on the Epic Game Store, people was like, this is ridiculous. I want to play it on Steam, even though there was no exclusive. So when PC gamers say, oh, we don't have exclusives, technically speaking, you don't, but you do have exclusivity based off subscriptions and services. That's why you have Epic Storefront and then you have Steam Storefront. Do you get what I'm saying? That's an exclusive. When Kingdom Hearts, which is not a real exclusive because you can play it on another platform, but it's an exclusive to this particular service. Am I right? This is starting to happen. I'm telling you, this is going to get bad for PlayStation, man.
I feel like I'm not seeing anybody really talk about South of Midnight, but Expedition 33, which, isn't really a first-party game, but Ninja Gaiden 4 is being partially funded by Xbox.
They own it. Look it up. That's why you have these Xbox dudes telling you it's a first party game because Microsoft owns this game. They're just putting it on other
There's a lot of
platforms.
stuff that is coming to Xbox Play Anywhere and Xbox Game Pass. Maybe they just did some sort of internal talk. Maybe they did just do some internal math and say, we can afford to not have just this one game. We can push only Fable to next year and give everything else a better chance to breathe rather than crowding ourselves out.
Look at all these games.
When I look at things like this is currently the slate of next big upcoming Xbox games as of last year, which was Fable, South of Midnight, Perfect Dark, Doom the Dark Ages, State of Decay 3.
And y'all complaining about a delay for one game.
Black Ops 6 about Indiana Jones, Gears of War E-Day.
Well, PlayStation gives you not one first-party game, and we all here complaining at Microsoft, oh, they ain't doing enough. It seems like Microsoft is doing more than enough, if you ask me.
So, when I look at this, I think Gears of War is going to be a big deal. I do think that Doom is going to be a big deal. And Black Ops 6 obviously was a big deal. A lot of this
said it wasn't, though.
Other stuff I feel like is not going to be perhaps as big in AAA and as attention getting as they're trying to achieve. If they said, okay, let's make sure that South of Midnight has a chance to have headlines, have attention and stuff. If we're trying to release Fable right next to a game like South of Midnight, it's going to sell 0 copies. People are going to go, okay, if
it's going to sell 0 copies regardless, considering that it's coming to Game Pass. What do you don't understand? Now, mind you, I think Microsoft wants people to play these games in favor of playing and waiting. It's essentially padding out until you get to the big games. This is something I wish Sony would do by giving their gamers, or should I say their respected audience, something that they can look forward to. Like, hey guys, play Days Gone Remaster and we'll make a Days Gone 2. Oh, play Last of Us multiplayer until we make a Last of Us Part 3. What are y'all talking about, man? Companies have been doing this since the beginning of time.
Chances to play a new Fable or to play a new
Do you think most companies out here throw their bangers right off the bat? Oh yeah, we're going to start the PS4 generation with God of War, Uncharted, and Last of Us, and Gravity Rush. Do you really think that happens? Or no, they give you a killer app, they put a few of the miscellaneous titles, and then you get the killer game. It's like that with the N64. You had Pilot Wings and Super Mario 64, then you had Killer Instinct Gold, then you had Turok. It kind of slowly eased in and then we have Ocarina of Time in 98. So there you go. But y'all acting like, back in the days when the 64 came out, we had Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Mario 64, Donkey Kong. No, it takes time. Even back then, it took time. When the PS1 first came out, all y'all had was NFL Game Day. Y'all barely even had nothing. And Crash Bandicoot, that's all y'all had. It took time to get to Final Fantasy VII and all those other great games that we remember on the PlayStation 1, which is unfortunate because most of those games was made by third party, but the point still stands.
Even if it turns out to be a great IP, a lot of times people go for the classics.
That's not true, because what classic game are people going to look forward to? Nobody's playing these classic games. They're playing Fortnite.
I'm in the camp of the people that think this is a bad sign. If we had a chance to see more of it, I feel like I'd be more confident. I mean, when they delayed the Silent Hill 2 remake, the other video I just did today was about the Silent Hill 3 remake, which apparently is in production.
Trash.
If you see a game and then it gets delayed, I feel like it gives you a chance to kind of trust the process, or at least kind of meta-game it out in your head as to how good or bad it could go.
But you're not understanding. The game mostly got probably delayed, probably due to Grand Theft Auto 6. It's a big Microsoft IP. Why would you want to drop a game like that right beside GTA 6, bro? You guys know that out of all these games that are showed here, GTA 6 is single-handedly destroying every single one of them. It don't even matter. GTA is going to single-handedly even destroy Call of Duty for a bit. It is what it is, bro. Let's be realistic, bro. GTA is coming off a hiatus. People are going to look forward to playing it because they've been playing GTA 5 for the longest. So GTA 6 is going to be the only game they know for quite a while. Okay? GTA 6 is what's destroying these platforms. That's why companies are afraid to drop games anymore.
Almost nothing of Fable. The one teaser trailer was not really well received. And now they're saying, no, it'll be okay in 2020.
All this, he's complaining about one delayed Xbox game, but he's not complaining about 10 out of 12 multiplayer games getting canceled. He's not complaining that Marathon, whatever that game got coming out, Fairpoint Games, whatever, is going to be probably dead on arrival.
You're not complaining that Marvel's Wolverine, you see no teaser, no gameplay. You're not complaining about Intergalactic. We only seen a teaser trailer, cinematics. Even Sorrows could be said for the same thing. What are you talking about, bro? This is why people get tired of you, bro. Because you sit there and you want to talk about, everybody, they show a teaser, they show the man with a sword in the land and all that. Well, you got all this going on with PlayStation, and yet you can't even afford to say nothing. And the only coping that y'all have is, but we got everybody game, though. Like, really, bro? What about Sony's very own first party?
26. My internal alarm bells are definitely good.
Oh, yeah. What about the alarm bells going on with PlayStation, considering that we didn't see the same thing with Sorrows? You want to sit there and talk about no gameplay and no real trailers? Look at Sorrows, look at Intergalactic, and look at Marvel's Wolverine. What about that Marvel Spider-Man Venom DLC I was supposed to get? Oh, I guess that got canceled too, right? Exactly, bro. Get up out of here, man. You talking about one delayed game, man. I need delays, bro. Microsoft got so many games, they need a delay.
But what do you guys feel about Fable? How do you feel about Fable now? And how are you feeling about it in 2026? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And
I'm unsubscribing from Game Pass because Game Pass clearly ain't giving me no value. They making me wait for games. I'm like at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I'm just going to be a fat man eating up everything. Just give me all the cupcakes. Give me all the pastries. Give me all the food all at once. I want to consume everything, I don't want to finish my dish, Give me 5 plates, and I'll eat up on all of them.
Man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. At the end of the day, these ponies can sit there and get mad about Xbox delaying one game, but we already know why that's the case, because GTA 6 is going to destroy everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, take care. Peace out.